Thank you for watching Times News with me, Jawes Banda. But first, the headlines. The Anti-Corruption Bureau finalizes interrogating Newton Kambala, Chris Chaimabanda, and Enoch Chihana. The National Planning Commission dismisses fears that the Political Parties Amendment Bill will stifle existence of political parties. And government says the 1.4 billion kwacha allocated to the National Registration Bureau will facilitate speedy renewal and registration of national IDs. We have these and other stories. Stay tuned. Now the news in detail. The Anti-Corruption Bureau, SCB, has finalized interrogating Energy Minister Newton Kambala, President Lazarus Chakwera's advisor Chris Chaimabanda, and the fourth President Enoch Chihana. The three were arrested over their involvement in suspicious fuel deals at the National Oil Company of Malawi, NOCMA. SCB Director General Martha Chizuma says the three will appear in court on Wednesday. We have this report.
Kambala, Chihana and Chaimabanda were arrested on Monday, appeared before the Anti-Corruption Bureau on Tuesday morning to answer allegations of political interference in the procurement of fuel by the National Oil Company of Malawi. As the three were answering questions from the Anti-Corruption Bureau, supporters of AFOD and UTM were chanting outside SCB offices. After the interrogation that took about 8 hours, lawyer for Kambala, George Mwale, told reporters that the three accused persons were yet to be charged.
It has been concretized yet. We'll probably know the better picture tomorrow morning. That I would know. What they've done is just ask questions for them and they've recorded the
Lawyer for Chihana, Gilbert Konyongwa, said they will apply for court bail on Wednesday morning.
Actually, all the questions are relating to NOCMA fuel issues. That's all.
The Anti-Corruption Bureau arrested the three on Monday afternoon for what it described as political interference in the procurement of fuel by the National Oil Company of Malawi.
The National Planning Commission has dismissed fears that the process of vetting and certifying political parties' manifestos before registration intends to restrict the existence of political parties in the country. Some members of parliament also fear it may spur numerous legal conflicts in the future. Member of Parliament for Salima Central, Gerard Piri, raised the concern when the committee engaged the commission as part of the reviewing process of the Political Parties Amendment Bill of 2021. The Minister of Homeland Security, Richard Chimwendo Banda, says there will be no delays in registering and renewing of national identity cards. The National Registration Bureau has disclosed that the allocated 1.4 billion kwacha to the Bureau will address such challenges. Ellen Pindani compiled this report, read by Matthews Kasanda.
Banda said this on Tuesday in Nilongwe during a press briefing in commemoration of Africa's civil registration under the theme Leadership for an Essential Service. He says the renewal and processing of the 3 million national identification cards will take place this year.
These are temporary challenges which as government we are taking care of, and very soon we should be able to have well-established members of National Registration Bureau, permanent ones, working in these areas.
The minister further said that his ministry will take advantage of the Southern African Development Community SADC Heads of State Summit to learn how other countries are handling national IDs issue. There has been a debate on whether it is necessary for the IDs to have expiry dates or not.
The Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, PAC, has asked the Office of the President and Cabinet to fill all senior vacant positions in government and statutory corporations. PAC Chairperson Shadrack Namalomba said this on Monday in Lilongwe when his committee met officials from the Department of Museums and Monuments under the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Wildlife to answer some audit queries. Weze Gausi has this report.
The remarks came after noting that the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Wildlife has a controlling officer in acting position for 9 months. Namalomba says having people working on acting in controlling positions in various government departments is creating chaos. He says the development has led to public resources plunder by civil servants.
You cannot have an institution or institutions of governance, institutions which are delivering services to the people of Malawi, run without a person in charge, a controlling officer. We have institutions. The case of today, Minister of Tourism, Culture and Wildlife, where we don't have a principal secretary. We have never had a principal for 9 months. As we talk now, there is somebody who is acting. And even the person who was acting could not demonstrate, could not exude the confidence that our resources are being protected.
Acting Secretary for Tourism, Culture and Wildlife, George Masinga, admitted that the ministry did not perform well during the audit, but he was quick to assure the committee that corrective measures would be taken.
They have raised a number of issues. In fact, it has been noted that the ministry has the operational gaps in as far as the audit report is concerned.
Some of the institutions with acting controlling officers include National Oil Company of Malawi, Electricity Corporation of Malawi, Financial Intelligence Authority, Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, and Auditor General.
Special Advisor to the President on Safe Motherhood, Dorothy Ngoma, says some church doctrines are contributing to increased cases of maternal deaths in the country. Ngoma said Malawi is on 3rd position in the world regarding maternal deaths, since on average it registers around 10 cases on a daily basis. Sam Kalimira has the details.
The advisor was speaking in Mzuzu when she interacted with faith-based leaders from the northern region on responsible parenting. Ngoma said some churches do not believe in blood transfusion, vaccines, and
the faith leaders need to do more. We want to see that figure converted down to 0. And if we can do that, community by community, church by church, faith group by faith group, indeed we will get down to 0.
Malawi Interfaith AIDS Association Northern Region Chairperson Bishop Silent Ntambo said their grouping will make sure they reach out to many denominations to ensure that mothers are protected from some unjustified church doctrines that are fueling deaths of many mothers. However, Ntambo said their grouping may need resources to reach out to many church leaders on issues surrounding safe motherhood. According to Ngoma, the country is also registering more cases of maternal deaths because of COVID-19, as some pregnant women do not go to hospital for fear of being given the COVID-19 vaccine.
You're watching the evening bulletin here on Times Television. We'll be back shortly after this break.
If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
To achieve great things in life, you must do little things every day, like the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate.
1, wake up, wake up. 2, brush up, brush up. 3, smile through your day with a fresh breath and strong tea. Smile through your day with a fresh breath and strong tea.
Do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate and give yourself a future to smile about.
Mona Malawi anzanga. Nkhondo yogonjetsa COVID-19 ndiye wina aliyense. Tili limodzi. ine ndinasankha kulandira katemera wa covid-19 atangoyamba kuperekedwa chifukwa monga namwino moyo wanga umoyo wa odwala amene ndimawasamalira abale anga ndi dera langa ndi zinthu zomwe ndimazika pa mtima panga kwambiri. Katemera wa covid-19 anditeteza ine ndi ena omwe analandira katemerayo ku chiopsezo choti tingadwale mwakayakaya, kugonekedwa mchipatala kapena kutaya moyo wathu chifukwa cha covid-19. Kulandira katemerayo kutithandiza kuthana ndi mliri wa covid-19 limodzi.
Ziwani zambiri za katemerayo ndi kupanga chisankho cha nzeru. Sankhani katemera, tetezani tsogolo.
I choose to be smart. I choose to live a simple and easy life. I choose not to line up to pay my bills. This is why I go digital. Jump the queue. Pay your Lilongwe Water Board bills through mobile banking. Or you can pay through mobile money, as I always do. You can also check your water bill and balance by simply dialing *253#. With digital payments, you can save time and money. Be smart. Pay your bills on time.
Lilongwe Water Board. Lilongwe Water Board. Portable water all the time for all.
Welcome back to the news. Deputy Minister of Local Government Halima Daudi, together with mayors for Blantyre, Mzuzu and Lilongwe cities, commemorated the African Day of Decentralization and Local Government. The event was held at the civic offices in Blantyre. Tembeka Kumalo reports.
This year's theme was focusing on harnessing youth energy to boost the contribution of cultural and creative industries in job creation and sustainable development of African cities and territories. During the event, youth-centered organizations showcased activities that aimed at empowering young adults in the country. She has stressed on the need for Malawi to adopt a youth empowerment strategy so as to use the energy that the youth have and be empowered both economically and socially.
I always say that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but they should start now. That's why we encourage them that let them also be involved in the activities, in the councils, in the local authorities. That's why you've seen me, I've made that statement to encourage the youth also to participate in our local authorities. The youth are very important, and there are many of them in this country. So we need to empower them as the country. Dr. Lazarus Chakwera always says the youth, he wants to work with the youth because he knows the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. And for them to be the leaders of tomorrow, let's start empowering them today.
Now, still on...
Blantyre City Council Mayor Wild Ndipo says they must focus their activities on the youth.
Says that notice that is much of the youth oriented, so that maybe the youth should not only looking at the white collar job, but there must be activities that are developing the youth. So much as it is building youth development, to us as a country it is very paramount, and we're happy about it. And not only being happy, but also to make sure that we embrace what is, as you have seen in the videos, that there is the potential in the youth of this country.
Blantyre City Council has vowed to rehabilitate all the historical sites in the city.
Blantyre District Education Manager Anita Kaliu has launched a climate change and environmental training program for primary-going students. The project, which is funded by Hanover, will last for 3 years. We have a report by Tembeka Kumalo.
Kaliu says the project will target children in wildlife groups in schools in Blantyre Urban. She says primary school learners can easily grasp the knowledge and make the lessons a habit.
One will have a culture that is aware of the importance of adhering to, helping to protect the environment, helping to realize why it is dangerous to cut down trees, why it is dangerous to, careless of disposal of waste. So we want a culture that they will know how to take care and the proper disposal of waste management. We want a culture that will know and spread the good message of protecting the environment.
Standard 7 student Grace Muhango says the project is teaching them ways they can keep their city clean and preserve the climate.
We have learned about climate change and how to preserve the trees.
The project will help students, schools, and communities to grow and maintain trees as they grow.
World Vision Malawi has announced an allocation of 4 billion kwacha to improve water supply across the country. Director of Programs for World Vision, Charles Chimombo, made the announcement at an event in Ncheu. We have a report by Ivayana Chunga.
Hello? Yes. I was expecting your call. Okay, I'll call you back. Some people enjoy using their cell phones when they're in toilets, but it's because their toilets have the comfort, the hygiene, and the order for them to be able to do that. Some want to do the same, but they can't because their hands are not free. The hands are busy whisking the flies and trying to quench or fight against the stench coming from the toilets. This is not the story here. World Vision is making things happen.
In a rural village of traditional authority Pambara in Ncheu, World Vision, in conjunction with the Malawi government through the Ministry of Health, are making toilets safe, hygienic and comfortable. This effort is coupled by access to potable water in the area. In 2020 alone, 95,264 people gained access to clean water through 143 taps and 119 new boreholes, as well as the rehabilitation of 88 non-functional water points in Ncheu. Since 2010, World Vision has drilled 2,184 and rehabilitated 1,501 boreholes. Besides, 1,594 latrines have been built in health facilities, schools and other places. Consequently, this work has led to 25 traditional authorities being declared open defecation free. The Deputy Minister of Health, Honorable Chris Kalamla Kanyasho, presided over a special event at James Kamwamba Community Ground where 4 TAs were accorded an open defecation free status. The 4 TAs are Pambala, Masasa, Chakumbira and Ganya.
It's a good development, and we thank our partners, World Vision International, for all the good work that they're doing to help educate Malawians not to defecate in open spaces.
Inkosemako Sigomani applauded the work of World Vision in the area and advised the locals to take the promotion of water and sanitation seriously. He vowed to rally his subjects to support World Vision work in Ncheu district.
As a leader of the people of Ncheu, we're bringing in our commitment to make sure that all the facilities that will be set up through these sources that World Vision are pumping in will be taken care of. Because I know and understand that development is nothing without commitment from the local people, from the communities. We're also bringing in man labor and also other materials that may be needed, if any.
Through efforts of organizations like World Vision, 69% of the people now have access to clean water. Director of Programs for World Vision in Malawi, Mr. Charles Chimombo, revealed that his organization has set aside 4 billion kwacha to fund for improved water supply in the country in the coming 5 years.
World Vision also has a strategic plan that is running from 2021 to 2025, and in that strategic plan, one of the issues that we're doing is the provision of water and sanitation, and we have actually reserved 4 billion kwacha to be able to be used for that work going forward.
When all is said and done, the subject of water and sanitation in Malawi is not about World Vision nor the Malawi government alone. It's about you and I. Everyone has a role to play.
Well, that's the news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. The Anti-Corruption Bureau finalizes interrogating Newton Kambala, Chris Jaimabanda, and Enoch Jehana. The National Planning Commission dismisses fears that the Political Parties Amendment Bill will stifle existence of political parties in the country. And government says the 1.4 billion kwacha allocated to the National Registration Bureau will facilitate speedy renewal and registration of national IDs. Remember, you can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page Times 360 Malawi, and following us on Twitter at Times 360 Malawi. Remember to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distance, and mask up. Please stay safe. You have been with me, Jawes Banda. Goodbye.